in as just a quick sound bite, I guess, of this guitar, the problematic guitar, as I've called it, because the problem is it's really fun to play and I like playing it. And the hand wound single coil pickup has completely changed my mind on single coils. I don't know why. Like, I don't know. I've always not hated, but much preferred the sound of humbuckers, and something that I sort of see at guitar shows and stuff is like people are always gravitate towards like just that fat meaty sound of a humbucker over a single coil. And it's probably to do with just the fact that a lot of the ones that I use are going to be like the most affordable ones on the market for some of these guitars, or they're took out of like cheap, you know, cheap electrics and then like reused. However, this hand wound one, so I knew roughly how many winds to get. I went a little bit over that, made it a little bit hotter. It's not quite as hot as it would be if it's in the bridge. I believe that's right. Feel free to educate me if anything I'm saying is wrong, by the way. Don't take anything I say or anyone on the internet says is gospel. Just FYI. Yeah, so this single coil, it rips. And you get such a more, I feel like I get a more well-rounded, well-balanced sound on any setting. Well, yeah, this is the problematic guitar though, because as I said in the video, the neck sort of creeps up a bit. To be honest, I'm not actually sure whether it is where I've cut it. I think it might just be, I might just put some like space and washers basically to give it a slight back angle. But the thing I'm never going to be able to solve with this neck regardless is the bridge placement. As stated, bought some of these C grade, I think it was, whatever, you know, sort of rating for something that's a little bit dogged, but got these from a bloke called Dogleg Steve, legend. I'm probably, to be honest, going to end up buying like the nice ones to use. Anyway, asked him for a 25.5 inch scale because that's sort of what I work off. Even if I'm doing like a shorter scale, I just essentially take off frets and then go from there. So on a 25.5 inch scale, I'll put the nut where the first fret would be, and that roughly takes off 1.5 inches, 24 inch. Right, great. So I measured this for a 24 inch scale, and not even double checking, which you should do. You should always do that before cutting anything, right? The scale length. So yeah, the actual nut slat was for the 25.5 inch. Either way, it was a bunch of firsts for me, and I cocked up. So as you can see with it being placed there, when you're trying to palm mute and stuff, it's just so awkward. And with the buttons there, that was the other thing I cocked up. I was going to do this as a straight through plug and play, no arsing around, dialing internal, that bollocks. And for some reason I just decided to put volume and tone in. So then I had these two buttons protruding from the top, and when you're using a thin box, and in particular one where you're maybe going straight through and not having, you know, like masses of clearance, you don't want some pots sticking out the top. So as with everything in this world, it was a learning curve. But my biggest gripe is that this guitar is nice. So you haven't got a massive sound acoustically, when it's plugged in. You'll hear some sort of hum and noise. It's just from the lights and stuff. There's no, I've got no escaping it, basically. Just picks up the interference, but yeah, I've been really getting into pickup winding and finding sounds and stuff, and this single coil has literally changed my mind about So nice good drive. That's my favourite setting. And I'll try and sort of demonstrate like that. So if I wanted to palm mute now here, like I'm fighting this button here and everything else. It's a nightmare. And yeah, it's no good. And because it's at the back of the box, you're not getting that support. So mate's playing tough, and like I sort of said in the quick flyover, it's all good me going, oh, it's a playable guitar, but really it doesn't have like the quite best setup. I think to rectify it, probably what I'm gonna have to do is just another neck, basically, which I think I might do, just because the sound of this is nice, and I know I can, sort of match the neck and do the right fret space. Jesus, got scale length. Yeah. Finally happy with like fretted. I know I waffle, by the way, but this is more of like a diary of like me to follow what to and not to do, or maybe for you to pick up. Yeah, so that was overdriven. We can distort it as well. See how awkward that like palm mute. You kind of see there how awkward that palm muting is. I'd hate for someone to like buy this or pick it up and then be left thinking like, why is this so difficult? And I learned a long time ago not to put the bridge so far towards the back. I prefer to be in this sort of third, like upper third of the box. Anyway, so this is it cleaned up a bit. It's got a really nice sort of chimey sound to it, but it covers all bases. Like I find with humbuckers, I don't know, I'm not like a music person, right? But it's kind of got that wide sound to me. Like, whereas with this, I feel like I can pick out individual notes, and each one's got like a full sound. Each one's got a full sound. I don't know, it's weird, man. Essentially, I've just wired a single core pickup a little bit higher. That's it. But yeah, that's the problematic and lesson learned guitar. Yeah, plenty of lessons, but I think my main takeaway from it is getting a single core that sounds alright, to me at least. That's it. Ciao.